Hey everyone, this is Gilberto from Maverick Media Lab, and I am here with one of our clients, Paul Agornos, and he has been working with us for the past couple of months, and he's going to be talking about his honest feedback of working with Maverick Media Lab. Paul, I really appreciate you taking the time and joining us here to give your feedback.
Of course.
Awesome. And just to start things off, can you tell us a little bit about yourself, your background, who you are, all that good stuff?
Well, I work in the Chicagoland area. I have about 15 to 20 years of experience in the mortgage industry. It's not continuous. I did take a break for 6 years and worked for Fannie Mae selling foreclosures and got back into the business recently. But yeah, I'm well versed in the mortgage industry. I've seen the ups and downs of the industry, and right now we're in a down in the industry, but you just got to keep plugging away and turning over every stone to find the next deal.
Absolutely. And I'm curious to know, like, one thing I always like to kind of hear about from clients, like before you started working with us, what was the situation in terms of like getting realtor partners and growing your referral network and growing your business? What did that look like before? What were some of the things that you were struggling with?
Well, most of my referrals are from past clients and from realtors that I've worked with beforehand. The key is to stay in constant contact with these realtors, just give them updates on what's going on in the markets, and just identifying any new programs that are being rolled out that could potentially draw in more buyers for them and more customers for me.
Got it. And when it came to growing your realtorship, like realtor base, it sounded like that was something that you weren't doing, like weren't reaching out to realtors before working with us. Was that just kind of due to like a time constraint, like just didn't have enough time, or like, maybe some call reluctance there? But more about that.
It was a time constraint. It's very tough to get in with realtors as a new person. They have their mortgage guy, so it's kind of hard to get them to leave their current mortgage company. But I usually ask them, what do you like about your current lender, and what do you dislike?
Yeah.
And the biggest dislike was communication was key. Some loan officers don't return calls, especially on the weekends, and that's when
Yeah.
realtors work. And you need to be available 7 days a week if you're going to survive in this business.
That's huge. Yeah. And I guess so before with like before working with us, there wasn't really as much like outreach going out, and you kind of just had the referrals from past clients. And now that you've worked with us, tell us a little bit about the results that you've seen, like the number of appointments, what's like the quality look like, deals that you've gone from it. I know you mentioned that you've gotten some deals closed.
Well,
Tell us a little bit more about that.
since I signed up with you guys, I've probably drawn in about, I don't know, a dozen new realtors. And of those dozen, two have given me referrals that are actually closing this month. They're purchase deals.
Nice.
I find the best way to communicate with these people is you got to call them immediately, introduce yourself, and then let them know that you're from the area, and just tell them what you can do for them that other lenders can't do. And these realtors love to hear that. They're always have open ears to new programs, especially in this market, and especially first-time homebuyers that don't necessarily have the best credit. And my biggest point is teaching these potential buyers and how to improve their credit so they can buy a house. And realtors really like that.
One thing I was curious about too, like when you had signed up with us, this was around the time when like the interest rate hike happened, like around that time. Like what made you, like, I know other loan officers would be thinking like, well, like, I need to slow down. I need to like not do marketing, right? Or just bring down costs. Like what was it that made you like, move forward with this when like a lot of other loan officers would have said like, no, like I'm not doing any sort of marketing or anything like that?
Well, the good thing is a lot of loan officers are leaving the market, so that's good for me.
Yeah.
It means I can potentially get more realtors and clients, and of course, make more money. But
Nice. Yeah.
I've been doing this a long time, so I've survived, you know, definitely the crash of 07, 08,
Wow.
2011, the current one. You just got to stick with it because most people just, bail on the market, and because
Yeah,
all they had was, most loan officers mostly just have a refinance business. They don't have the purchase
yeah.
business. So you need the purchase business to be a good loan officer. So I just felt that I just needed to, stay in touch with my realtors, find out if they had clients on the fence. A lot of them do. A lot of them are worried about the economy and their jobs, interest rates. But the best way to sell that is just sell payment to their clients, and then just, even though they're getting a rate maybe in the sevens, close to 8%, they can just refinance. 6 to 12 months
Down the
down the
line.
road,
Yeah.
the rates are lower. So that's how you stick with your referral sources. You just keep them informed of what's going on and how you can help them out.
What would you say for some of those that may have not had the experience that you have had during those downturns, and like they're kind of worried, they're thinking maybe it's not the right time to invest in marketing, not the right time to grow my realtor partners. Like, what would you say to that person?
Well, there's always business out there. I mean, I use a leads referral source. So there's all on a refi market, there's always people looking for money, no matter what the rates are, because credit
Yeah.
card rates are going up into the 20s. People are starting to get late on their mortgage payments. So even though they missed the boat maybe 2 years ago when rates were in the threes, you can still sell a mortgage in the sixes and sevens, because there's always a need for money on the refinance end.
Yeah.
On the purchase end, you got a lot of people that are renters, and their rent is going up. And it's like, okay, they're thinking maybe I should buy a house. So those are the type of people I want to target now, because these landlords have them by the feet.
Yeah.
They can raise the rent, and they can't go anywhere else because they're going to pay the same or higher rent if they go elsewhere. So I just try to educate people that even though we're having economic turmoil, the time is right to look. Prices are going down on homes, and eventually this will all pan out in the next 6 months to a year.
Nice. What stood out to me about like with you and all the other successful clients as well is the mindset, that there's always business out there, and the strategy too. Like you just kind of you stop doing like the thing that worked during the refi boom and change your strategy. Like you said, you kind of focus more on the payment and the fact that rents are going up. So you found a way and just kind of switch the strategy now that there's like a shift in the marketplace. So that's one thing that I've seen as a pattern for, our successful clients as well. One thing that I was curious about, like, what would you say is like your favorite part about the program? Like, what's been like, the thing that's kind of just been like the most valuable for you in your
Uh,
eyes?
the most valuable part of this program is your assistants are very good on vetting potential clients. So when I call them, they're expecting my call.
Yeah.
And I just do my pitch, how long I've been in the business, where I live, where I work. And once they know that I'm local, then it's 9 times out of 10, it's pretty easy to set up an appointment. The other times is they're not interested. They have their mortgage guy, and they just say, thank you for calling, and they move on. But the best part was just going out and meeting new realtors, having coffee with them, meeting face to face, and just talking about what they view the market as and what I view the market as. So I found that very valuable. We did a face-to-face interview with the actual realtor.
Love it. And it's good that they came in like warm. That's one thing that I've heard in other client interviews like this, is that they're actually like open to hearing about what you offer and all that stuff. Even more so
Yes,
now, because like every deal matters. So like they want to know like what lenders have to offer so that they can actually like, get as much buyers in as possible and not lose out on commissions
right.
from people that might not qualify, like non-QM, like all that stuff. So that was very interesting. One thing, because you've been in the industry for a long time, you've seen a lot of like people offer you marketing. I'm sure your inbox is full of it now. Like why choose to work with us as compared to like all the other options that you have?
Working with your company, the results are pretty good. I mean, like I said earlier, your assistants, vet these realtors, and realtors are very interested in talking to somebody local, and it's going to help their business and my business.
Got it. When you were making that decision on working with us, what was it that made you actually pull the trigger and move forward on this? What was it what was it for you specifically?
Well, I was skeptical at first, but Armand gave me some loan officer referrals that I called, and they both said the same thing. It's great service. I've grown my business, and I'm thankful that I signed up with Maverick Media.
What would you say to like someone who is kind of in that spot where you were a couple months ago, and like they're considering moving forward on this, but they might be like a little bit skeptical too, or like maybe they're just a little bit hesitant because of the market? What would you say to that individual?
Well, I would say if you're going to spend good marketing dollars, spend it at Maverick Labs. You will get the referrals. You just have to work at it, and be a salesperson, and just be able to offer more than what the other loan officers can offer out there, and just be genuine and honest with these people, and you'll get the business.
Love it. Awesome, Paul. I really appreciate you hopping on and just sharing, like, number one, your knowledge, but then also your time and just your feedback on what the appointments have been like, and sharing with folks like what's it been like working with us.
Yes, I appreciate the time. Glad to help.
Thank you so much.